I'll stick it down.
Odin.
Mm-hmm.
Odin. So what you do is you press 0 in the middle, where the custom screen is.
Yeah, I see it.
No. Press 0 on it in the middle. No. Yeah, 0, and then press enter, and now you sell.
All right, we're going to court.
Oh, that's cool. I just found out about the fucking cruise control. So once you set the cruise control, it'll stay that mileage no matter what. Even if you're going uphill or some shit, your car won't slow down at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's how
mountain
cruise
lion I
control
can't
works.
tell.
No, but
The
like
ma-
even if you're going up a decline or some shit, where
Yeah,
really,
yeah, that's
like if
that's
you're
how.
if you're driving normally, your car would like slow down because
No,
it's hard to
it
get uphill.
compensates. That's why there's a bug. There's like an issue with some cars that were like really light with the cruise control, where like if they hydroplaned, the car wheels would register as it like being like going up a hill or something, and you need more power, and it would like overpower the wheels like crazy. There was like a really big like callback about something like that. It compensates for the like how slow or fast you're going.
Are you on your way, Bull?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, we gotta wait outside of the courthouse until they're ready for us. That's what I meant.
I should probably put my weapon in there, huh?
Yeah, they don't allow weapons.
Привет.
Somebody assassinates the guy on trial. What's the case?
I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
No idea. That's how jury duty works. You know nothing about the case until you get in the door. That's kind of the whole point, is to keep you unbiased.
Wish our lawsuit would actually go through, but our lawyer just like ducking me, bro. And you get a different lawyer.
I got another. I gave Volk a new number for a different lawyer.
Well, it's not really Volk's thing. I was driving my car.
Alright, let's ask the boss man for a better lawyer.
He knows.
They're all listed when you just go to lawyers.
Maybe we can represent ourselves.
Oh shit.
Привет, everyone.
Wonder what he's actually going to get then.
When we get in, what's going on? They're not allowed.
I don't know. I mean, Richie's across the street, I think. He's not went in yet. No, Richie's down there. Down the street, I think. You think he's going to get the money he wants?
Let's hope so. So I get a discount.
Yeah, same here. Oh, almost more. Actually, since I paid for your upgrades, I don't know. Since I paid for your upgrades, can I get a free entry fee to the race?
Hey, Big D.
What do you mean race? What is that?
What's race? What race? What are you talking about? There's no
The
race.
drag strip, you know, the loud one, you know.
Oh, you mean the go kart?
Yeah, the go kart. On the drag
That's
strip.
funny.
Yeah. You know?
Don't worry about it.
Patrick, speak up.
No. Doesn't it say production roleplay? Jury duty RP.
I like your pants, Pinky.
Thank you.
Very.
It should say jury duty
Mix and
production
match.
roleplay.
I thought your shoes were bare feet then. But I wear my suit, no shoes.
But welcome to the stream.
Yeah, you sound classic. It's a tactical advantage, no one hears me coming.
Yeah, that should be Jory going to my 50 seat, right?
Yeah.
Denied.
Denied.
Overruled.
Nice.
Judge
Overruled.
Yay. PSA.
PSI. Yeah.
Hersey. Laundry weight.
I think she's going to sleep inside.
Very good, very nice.
Very good, very nice. I don't feel like I dressed too well for the occasion.
Yeah.
No, you look dashing, man.
You look perfect.
I need to go formal.
No. You look fabulous, Pinky. Don't worry.
Right.
We're here to make a statement, and my God.
Are they eyeballs on your jacket? Yeah, they eyeballs on your jacket.
I don't know, like little flowers. I guess it kind of look like little valuables or on
Yeah,
distance.
that's right.
Yeah, you dirty fuck, get on.
Who's speaking? Is it Floki?
He's got an
Yeah,
eyeball
it's
jacket.
Loki.
A wolf, I think.
Yeah,
the
motherfucker,
message
get on.
is low.
Grind some cash with us. Get us rich.
We got a club to open in a few
Yeah,
days.
well, you take your mask off.
Yeah, I'll hook him up. I'll teach him how to do water and power. Which just means I'll take him to the top place because, like, a 5-year-old baby could do water and power.
What does he look like? His history.
I don't even know what that is, so screw it. Just play.
You gotta take it off now.
Big D's interested in that.
You gotta take it off now.
I will climb up and I'll look through one of those windows to watch us.
I mean,
if I have to.
I mean, technically, it doesn't say anything about masks. It only says weapons.
Yeah.
Oh, so what
COVID regulations, man. I haven't been
I
vaccinated.
love that they're just straight up smoking pot in front of the courthouse.
Yeah.
You
It
are?
says like half hour. It's
No, they are.
Oh.
I don't know.
Hello.
Kenny, you're too
The
Also, jokes.
Well,
So-
at least
oh my
they're
God, is that?
So
ready
there
to
you
go to
go.
trial.
The guy you always make fun of for being overweight is here.
no.
Oh, that guy? Yeah, he pulled up to
He
the
runs
cafe
really
earlier.
fast for a big guy.
Dude, that guy pulled up to the cafe yesterday, like the Uwa one where I was chilling outside, and I was like, "Yeah, you look like you would like food. There's a cafe there." And he's like, "Oh, thank you. I saw. I didn't know about that. Thank you." And he went to
Don't worry, T. You look gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
I know I
Yeah.
didn't
even
even
notice.
notice.
I smelled something.
Hell yeah.
Them shorts, man.
Ladies love it.
I think we actually can go in. And they just didn't tell us.
Oh.
You think? You think they're doing a course cut? Right, it's all walking at once.
Yes. Overwhelming.
Yeah, they can't.
Yeah, fuck you, James. Fuck
Oh my
you.
god. There's people giving people a piggyback ride.
No, I want Siri. Give me a piggyback.
Oh,
Come on, fuck it up.
You want the chair to watch?
Don't be sick.
All right. Yeah, Jury, go ahead and go there and go to the back.
Oh, I need to go up here too. I'm jury.
Oh. Your jury wearing that?
Yeah, I don't really like dressing fancy. I don't can't afford
He's got a fedora,
better
man.
clothing.
Oh, man. They're shaming him.
All right, man. You could have buttoned his shirt up, but all right.
He's got a shirt.
Get radio.
Go ahead and go through, and then go to the left.
Okie dokie.
I'm here
All
for
right,
jury.
I'm assuming they're. You're here for jury?
Yes, sir.
All right, follow
See,
him.
he's more fancy.
Oh, dancing.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get
It's
in.
okay.
You stood
All right,
on
sir.
me?
You go ahead and follow him as well.
No.
It's known as a suit juror now.
All right, you guys got this. I'm gonna go and check on him.
Public else is here.
Would one of you officers assist the guy on the floor? He's
Jury.
He punched me.
Is it okay?
Just go right through on the left.
You good, man?
He punched
legs
me.
are on a bit wobbly.
You're kidding me? You trying to hold my hand?
I know.
Oh, okay.
Put it for
Well,
life.
care of it.
Damn. That's hot.
It's okay, just carry me in.
Carry him in.
I know, I got punched on the head.
Let me get in. Oh, we have to wait, man.
Like a theme park, ready to go on the ride.
The big dinosaur there.
Is it a roller coaster?
I'm bouncing.
I've still got my bread buns. My burger buns. It's all up in Ian.
Flex your,
I bought loads of
why-
like better.
why was
Okay, I'm not risking the back injury.
you know how to.
They got
If
toys
you're like
down at
me,
Burger Shop.
you just
Wanna
get
go
down
some
on the
toys?
floor like that and then can't remember how to get back up.
That happens to me so much.
Lee,
Bulk.
well, I didn't even
Yo.
recognize you, bro. What the fuck is
Yeah,
that?
Lee,
look how
this is the first time you try and get fancy.
bougie I
Man.
look.
It's the first time you got fancy.
Damn, boy.
God damn.
You look sexy, brother. Not gonna lie. I wish you were more like this. Instead with that.
Look at my sexy walk. Look at my sexy walk.
Hey guys,
Oh my
is anyone else here
I guess-
for duty? Jury.
No.
Yeah, you can come up here. And what's your name?
I'm on doo doo duty.
Elizabeth Knox.
Yeah, you can go in. It's
Sounds
just through the double
unpleasant.
doors, and it's on the left.
Thank you.
I'll
Yeah,
set
and
you up
so-
with how to do water
Yeah,
power if
Misha
you want,
Volk.
so you can actually start making some money.
Sure.
Yep, you're on the left. Just go down past the double doors, and then it's on the left, alright?
That's all good. Yeah, that's all good. That's fine.
Alright, you're good. Come on. Appreciate it. Next one.
Yeah, go ahead. No, I don't have anything on me.
Here in front of me. Put your hands up and let me search you real quick. Do you have any weapons on you, sir?
Niet.
You're a big boy, Jack. You're a big boy.
Thank you.
For the sake of this toothbrush off you, I don't know if you can do anything with it, but
Brush teeth.
hey,
To us,
don't walk through. We have to search you anyways. No, we have to search you anyways. Come back here. Yep. Yes. Alright, come on in.
I told you they're all lawyers, man. What the fuck?
Wow, skill missing.
Alright. Excuse
That's the
me.
jury room.
try.
Climb
over it for some reason, you know.
There is not enough chair.
Much appreciated. Yeah, it's okay.
There isn't a chair for you, but probably gotta look through your eyes on the street.
Glad I got the middle seat.
Bro, it won't let me climb this.
I just hope they can speak loud enough. I'm very hard of hearing. Okay.
second court case right now.
Oh shit, I don't see if I'm looking to see.
Yeah,
do I
there's
stand?
one too many.
Are you
You
on
might
the
have to,
jury?
you might have to pop a squat.
Did they not? I mean, you can come squeeze in if you want.
Who's
to start
lapping
sitting
my
on
dog?
laps.
Hey,
Yeah.
come sit
Who
on
wants
Uncle
to sit on-
Hagrid's lap.
Like, why did they wait? They have more than 10 juries? Jurors?
Yeah, I don't get it. There's supposed to be 10 juries.
I think they picked more just in case people chose
Well, that's an issue.
All right. Well, who's Santa?
I'm Santa. Come this
All
way.
right,
It'll be
I'm
easier.
getting on your
Oh,
lap.
for fuck's sake.
What
Hey,
about
sir,
me?
instead of
I
sitting on someone's lap,
yeah.
you could just sit here in the front row.
Alright then. Babe.
Will I still be
The jury have to sit in the jury
Good man,
row.
Volk.
We have
Let me
too
get
many
the check.
juries
You
and we
can
have
sit on the
seats.
floor
So.
if you'd like.
That's
Good
unfortunate.
man, no weapon.
Blame Jason Wick.
There we go.
I left my phone and everything.
You can have your phone.
Oh, he's like little kindergartner.
I'm not
Look,
supposed
We're just
to.
looking.
so
We're just looking for
adorable.
weapons.
I know, but you're not supposed to have your phone.
Yeah. Fucking judges just walked straight in and I was screaming at them. Like, you need to be served.
Yeah, no.
Fucking judge.
Shit.
Well, not the judge, the lawyer. I mean, the lawyers.
Oh, okay.
1 second.
What's up, Floki?
Does your 5M have this bullshit thing where it like won't allow you to connect to the server unless it's connected to Discord?
I don't know. No.
Oh. Oh shit. Love you.
Glasses off, Zachary.
Oh, you got a better chair than the rest of us.
He's prepared.
Bro, it's gonna suck so bad when we have to get up and all go talk and deliberate, and then have to come back and all try to get back into these seats.
I love the seat in the camper seat right next to it. Oh my god. I hope the lawyers and Bradley can speak loud enough for us to hear, cause like, so far I can
As you
barely.
can see, my client is built different.
You can dialogue boost in the settings, but I don't know how good it is.
I don't think that applies to voice chat though.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's for when they... Oh yeah, maybe, I guess it's a story thing, but I would think it's for like, whatchamacallit.
No, the voice chat volume is the voice chat volume separate.
Yeah, no, it's a boost to whatever whenever someone talks. Like, it boosts it.
Yeah, but that's like in-game dialogue, like the NPCs and stuff. That's not people.
Why are the lawyers sitting together? Oh
What do
no,
you mean?
okay, never mind. I thought that was the other lawyers sitting
No. I don't think that's a lawyer, considering he's wearing like a really gaudy shirt and everything.
Oh, don't worry, we're talking between ourselves. I'll make sure you're able to hear us, because otherwise we'll be able to each other.
I just noticed one of these things.
Why
do
did
not
they
look
say we
like
need
the
more
other.
members? There's already more than too many.
Did I underdress for this event?
Nah.
No, you're wearing bigness. You're okay.
I didn't
Oh shit! I'm right in front of the fucking jury.
Yes, you did.
Or whatever.
I overdressed.
Underdressed, son.
Wait. I thought we had... Okay. How many jurors are we gonna have, by the way? Because isn't it technically
That's all
between
of you.
6 and 12?
That's
Oh,
all of you.
alright. Because I just got a Discordio thing pinging for more of us to appear.
You're all here. I think there was 2 people that said they couldn't make it.
Need more?
Oh, well, they just sent that, so...
Yeah, and we already got 11 people.
He was corrected.
Okay, make it sure.
Hold on a minute. No judge, no prosecutor. Oh no, prosecution's around now. Is that a firearm inside the courthouse?
This right here.
Tell them they're not allowed to wear white after Labor Day.
Where we sitting, bro? Here.
Please keep your voices down in the galley.
Yes, sir. Shit. Yo, you mind if I sit next to Doggo? I gotta talk to him.
Please keep your voices down in the galley.
Legit can't answer the phone. What the fuck?
Get it together, Jack.
It won't let me. Ah.
No, you can sit down. Scoot you over. Yeah, that's fine. I got you. Sit down. I got you.
Already panicking, it hasn't even started.
What? No, I'm listening. I know.
Oh. Oh, I didn't see him. I don't know. Yeah, fuck it, I can squeeze in here.
Down in the galley. I will not ask again. You will be escorted out.
Yo, he told you to be quiet, man.
Oh.
God, what a bitch.
Drew, shut the fuck up.
Oh fuck, we gotta get on the other side.
Fucking hear this asshole. Jesus.
Oh fuck, come on, we gotta get on the other side, cause fuck 12, right? Sir, I'm whispering.
Alright, team. Have you said me?
Sir, I'm whispering.
Could he be?
This is crazy.
I don't fucking know.
Are you guys watching
There's
this?
Volk. No, for Volk, where the fuck is the guy who you said buys the Hunt Panther pelts and shit?
This is gonna start, by the way.
If you look at the map and you're at our gas station,
Yeah.
right? You go down the road and there's a clothing store.
Yeah.
Look around the back of that building areas.
By the one next to Harmony?
I just told you what I said. I can't really. I don't want to like.
Okay.
I'm literally streaming.
There's only one clothing store, so yeah, we got it.
Look, I'm expecting just somebody in this crowd to pull out a gun and just start shooting at everybody.
They took guns.
I know, but I'm just expecting it somehow, that they missed it somehow.
Is it a big meeting or what is it like? Huge?
It's literally a court case. The whole court is full. All the jury, all the everything. The only one that's not here yet is the defendant or whatever.
The prosecutors are not here.
The prosecutors.
Crazy, it's fucking huge.
Can you give me for a minute?
It's huge.
Yeah, it's literally like 30, 40 players here. So, that's a lot of people.
There's a cabin back there as well. Yo, Volk, so is the guy right behind the clothing store or is he like somewhere behind in a building behind the clothing store?
Look for a like a door to go into.
Oh, a door to go into, okay.
Why is there a dirt bike bush right there?
Someone tried to hide it like I do.
Hmm?
If there's a dirt bike in a bush, someone probably tried to hide it like I do.
How? Can't get on it.
Try pressing E on them as well.
Oh! This is the one. Oh, this is fucking trash.
Oh, really?
I see, I got some shit on me.
Probably get a lot more after doing it a while, like everything else, though.
No, but like... Probably you get more quantity, yeah, that's possible, but... I don't know.
No, I mean, like, you probably level up the trader that you sell it to as well. As getting more quantity. Like you do with the drugs and everything.
Actually,
Not sure
the
about that.
Panther stuff, let me look at it real quick. It might just be better than... I mean, yeah, the regular one is $10. That's better than the pelt for the the pelts. These pelts are better prices than the elk ones that I'm getting.
Yeah,
right
but
now.
the meat's what we're really looking for, you know? That's what makes it and breaks it. Because we get
The
paid
meat
on
is
meat, not
really
on
cheap.
pelt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pelt's worth way more than the meat.
I need all jurors, if you could
Well,
please
no one
follow
eats the
me
fucking
inside
meat.
the office.
That's the thing.
God damn it.
Yeah, but I don't think hunting I mean, if they don't level you up and increase prices, then it's just... Let me check on on the website if there is any stats for the farmer. I mean, for the hunting thing.
Well, I mean, you could literally just you kill the panthers and you just take the pelt and leave the meat behind.
Probably, yeah.
It's pretty good for the.
Alright, y'all might need to get a little closer so you can all hear me. Alright, so I want to thank you firstly for volunteering your time to come down to court, as well as being in contact with the chief of staff and all that kind of stuff. I am going to tell you now, this position that you guys are in right now needs to be taken very seriously. If the defendant is guilty, he is guilty. If they are not guilty, they are not guilty, and that is what you guys are here to determine. So if there's anyone right now that is not going to take this position seriously, you know, you will be excused from your service, and you will be thanked, and you will be allowed to leave.
I really want to
So
be like,
does that
we're looking at you
sound
in the
like
red hoodie.
anyone here that's not going to take this seriously? Again, that's, you know, that's fine. I just need to know now so that we don't have a mistrial.
Thanks. Oh, what's up?
Okay.
What's up, Angela?
All right. Well, that's all I had. If I ever tell you guys to leave because there are certain matters of the court that need to be discussed without you guys there, this is the room that you guys will go into, as well as who will be where you guys will deliberate. With that being said, does anyone volunteer to be the head juror?
I can do it.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's fine. So basically what you'll need to do is whenever you guys do come in here and you guys do your votes, I will need, you know, you to kind of keep it sane in here. I will have the bailiff in here as well to ensure that there's no, you know, inappropriate conversations going on or biased conversation going on. But besides that, it is going to be ran by you guys. So you being the lead juror, again, your responsibility is to, you know, ensure that we're not, ensure we get all the votes tallied up at the end of the case. Even one vote for no is not guilty. Okay, so again, you guys need to take this very, very seriously. Okay. You guys will be allowed to have questions at the end. You need to pass them up to the lead juror.
Yes.
And those, it's limited to 3 questions. So make sure they're the right ones.
Wait, so you said I have 3 questions?
No, the whole jury. So you need to collect the questions from the jury and ask them. But it's your job to prioritize which ones, you know, are most appropriate.
Can I ask something really quick?
Yes.
If we ever need to ask the lawyers and such to speak up, are we allowed to?
I mean, I'll do that because I'll be able to hear them.
Okay. I'm
How you
just
doing,
making
Angela?
sure because, you know, we need to hear every bit of evidence, everything that's
your night's
going on
going
in order
good.
for us to make a good decision on this stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys stay in here until I give the word for you guys to come out. All right. All right.
Very good.
All right. You can go ahead and announce.
We're gonna look interesting getting
Okay.
back to our
And then
chair.
you're gonna call the jurors out yourself?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I will.
I've been nervous about this.
Alright, make sure the doors are locked.
Hey, well, I mean, just look at the facts and make a decision based on actual evidence.
The laws.
Alright.
If you check.
What happens if we have
the
one man who
Discordio
says no,
under,
and do we try to
DOJ,
convince them,
it
wait a
should
little
all be
bit,
listed there.
debate it?
Well, yeah, we can talk
One of
about
the
each
main,
other. If somebody
little
disagrees,
channels that they have accessible to everyone.
we'll debate it. You know, no
All right,
arguing
that's
or
good.
nothing.
Did you
It's a
yell at me?
debate.
Alright.
Like, if you believe what you believe, then explain why you believe it. You know?
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. I don't think I know anyone in there.
When we go back, we try to aim for the chairs we were in, so it's not confusing.
Well, that's great because I only got one chair.
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
you in the special camper over there.
That's so funny. The one guy underdressed is the guy that's sitting in the
Are you gonna
folding
roast
chair.
this marshmallow?
Oh my god.
Oh, I could go for some marshmallow.
Lord.
I mean, that's probably gonna take a long time. I mean, we all know where we were sitting at. If you're the end row, you go first. Coming from the other side.
Yeah. Just
We
to make
should,
it easy so we don't look like, a bunch of flopping fish.
Yeah, let's try to get the back row people up on there first because of the
Red jacket, that front. Sir.
Oh, it's great. He accidentally hit O.
Or him.
I'll take the fold out chair.
What? No, that's my chair.
Hey. He's the head juror. He gets the special seat. You know, it's like kindergartner. He gets the seat of the day.
You get the nice front right.
Oh my god. Other dog goes right here, but you can't see him.
Yeah, I wonder what they're doing.
They're both sleeping, like always. Big lazy dogs.
Well, fuck that way.
Welcome to the stream, by the way. Yeah, they're good. That was the one on the couch is Mama, and the big huge dog that's laying on the
Hey,
floor
did
is
anybody get told they were
son.
getting paid for this?
You don't get paid for jury duty.
Oh, I thought they usually give you like $50 a day or something.
No, you get chosen.
I mean, I think it depends on where you are in your head. But
And
I know
the daily pay usually happens, so like it goes on week.
I got told I had to come here.
Those long-term cases that take forever to argue out.
Oh yeah, those are terrible. Because I mean, even if they do pay you for that, like $50 a day, but that ain't really much if you work, you know. $50 a day, that's change.
Yeah, go ahead. I love dogs. I love all animals, honestly.
Oh,
I saved a little baby fox last summer.
Where's the muffins?
And like
Where's
I was
the damn muffins?
been trying to help the animal rescue, like work with them occasionally. I got to see him like after, like he got like saved and healed up and was like he grew up so fast. It's like a couple months later he's like a full-grown fox. Yeah, he was like laying in the middle of
Shit,
the
if
road.
it wasn't so loud, I put my boombox down and play some music.
We had to stop the
Yeah, I
traffic.
don't think the judge will
I don't think
appreciate
that's a good idea.
People did not appreciate it, but it is what it is. why we gotta stay in here. I thought we were supposed to hear what's going on out there. I'm so confused.
All the standing around, killer on my back.
Yeah, maybe some elevator music. It's the time.
Good idea, I might take that.
Aww. Is it a Pipple?
So
or
anybody
Pitty
into
mix?
aerobics?
Is it part Pipple at all?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm trying to pass the thing.
That's
Is
fair.
anybody into aerobics?
Yeah, so
Nice weather we're having
oh
today.
god, they're gonna get in trouble. So the dog that was on the couch, Mama, is a Beagle Husky, but the dog that got at her was a Pit Bull Jack Russell. So the child is like a super mutt, but he's pretty he's very pit bully looking, I guess. Oh my god.
Tequila.
Oh lord. Aren't we supposed to be listening to the information being presented? I mean, I know he explained it, but how much bread do I have in 5M? What does that mean? How many loaves? I am unfamiliar with this terminology. Well, I know that much. But what the hell is a loaf? And I don't know what. Why would you? You mean how much? Oh, thank you. Uh-oh.
All right, we're ready for you guys. Just come out slowly, one at a time, and then have a seat, and we'll get ready.
Let's go around them.
So silly. Oh my god.
Them get settled in.
Oh my god. little better
Alright.
than the first time.
With that in mind, we are, again, this is docket 008, State of San Andreas versus Richie Gonzalez. The defendant is charged with second-degree robbery, F214, second-degree kidnapping, F206, and escape, F203. If the defendant can rise and state their plea.
The first time was bad.
Make sure you're yelling for the court.
So, I was at said robbery.
Okay. We don't need your
Oh.
statement.
So, say it again, my God.
I need your plea. Guilty or not guilty.
That's gonna be not guilty.
And just confirming all charges.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, you may be stated.
What do you mean money in 5M
Only guilty
though?
on the robbery, not the other ones.
So you're pleading guilty to robbery.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so it is entered that F214, the defendant is pleading guilty to robbery. So the evidence in which is being submitted is only, or this trial is only for F206 and F203. It's the state is now aware of that. With that in mind, now that the jury's here, I'm just going to have the two counsel introduce themselves again, and we'll go from there.
I don't have a lot of billions. We have a
Good evening,
very
jury. Liam Ronald,
shared
state attorney,
thing.
representing
Bank.
state.
Good evening, Jerry. I'm Jack Slate, State Public Defender, and I'll be representing Mr. Gonzalez tonight.
All right. So I had a conversation with the jury prior to them being out here, as well as me being out here, and they were advised that how serious their role is in the judiciary system, and how appreciative we are of their time for coming down and volunteering their time to sit on this jury. You know, we all have a right to be judged by our peers, and that is what is happening here today. With that in mind, the jury is aware that any biases they had are to be left at the door, and they are to look at this by only the evidence in which is submitted by the two counselors. If the two counselors are able, if a counselor is able to provide enough evidence for a not guilty verdict, that is what they are going to pick. If the other counselor provides enough evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that they are guilty, then that is what is going to happen today. With that in mind, once the jury has come up with their verdict, that cannot be reversed, not by me, the Chief Justice, or by any judge. The jury has the final say in this matter. So if either counselor wants to talk about any motion that they believe the jury should not be present for, please do so advise the court so that we can have them back into chambers. Are both counsel clear on that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, also to note, this is the first docket that we are bringing to court. So bear in mind
I haven't seen
that,
any coke points.
and we are also, I can say I'm very excited we're moving forward with this. So with that in mind, if the state would like to give their opening statement.
Of course. Your Honor, we would like to clarify, is the jury aware of where they can find the exhibits, see those when required?
I do not believe so.
Is this something we could arrange?
Yes.
All right, when would you like this to be arranged? Want the state to proceed with their opening statement?
If the jury wants to look at their jury duty email chain, you will have access to the docket. If you all just want to look at that, anything that is mentioned, y'all can look at through there.
Charges which has been booked. Second-degree robbery, second-degree kidnapping. And
All right, go ahead with your opening statement.
All right. Good evening, jury. As previously introduced, my name is Liam Ronalds, counsel of the state at hand. Today we're going to be discussing court docket 008, State of San Andreas v. Richie Gonzalez. On the day of May 17th, 2022, Richie Gonzalez was involved in a jewelry store robbery alongside 3 other individuals, which ended up in simple detainment and arrest following a foot pursuit. Today, the prosecution will prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Richie Gonzalez is indeed guilty of all charges. You'll be introduced to a variety of evidence: testimonial evidence, documentational evidence, as well as sworn written statements from officers that were involved at the scene. You hear the defense claim that there was some sort of situation involving a trooper commandeering a vehicle and hitting an individual involved in the foot pursuit. But in reality, if you think about it, that doesn't prove the innocence of Richie Gonzalez, even if it were true. Thank you.
Defense, your opening.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, as stated by the prosecution, Mr. Gonzalez is indeed involved in a robbery that happened on the date stated. However, what we fail to realize is during this situation, he was not alone. He was in part of a group. This group, not entirely, was caught. It was only himself and another. And during this, we have to also address the fact that Mr. Gonzalez did not wish for any violence during this situation and was very receptive of the peace officers during the whole situation and was very negotiable with everyone involved. That being said, the manner in which he was handled further down the line doesn't line up with something that is just and fair, which what was that? Which we must take into consideration during this the time of this court case.
Okay. If that is both opening statements from either side, I will go ahead and allow the state to call their first witness.
Yes, Your Honor, the state would like to call Trooper Kurt Wolf to stand.
This side, sir.
It's kind of weird because the left side's where the witness sits.
You need to be sworn in real quick.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, penalty of perjury?
You said it slowly and intermittently. Yes.
Make sure you're yelling.
I swear to tell the whole truth and only the truth.
I have a seat.
Hello, Mr. Wolf. Mr. Wolf, could you do me a favor and for the jury, if you could please state your first and your last name, followed by the agency that you work for and your rank.
I am Kurt Wolf. I work for the San Andreas State Police, and I am a trooper.
All right, Mr. Wolf, do you recall a incident on May 17th regarding Richie Gonzalez at a jewelry store robbery?
I do.
What was your role at that robbery to clarify that question for the arresting officer and assisting officer, etc.?
Are you asking if I was assisting in the pursuit or assisting in the arrest?
Were you directly the arresting officer?
No, sir. I was assisting.
And could you please, for the courts today, describe the situation to the best of your recollection?
On arrival to the jewelry store, I was a bit late than the rest of the other troopers. On arrival, I spotted a individual inside wearing a, believed to be a blue top, like a cutoff. holding a local woman on his shoulders, claiming that she was a hostage. The individual inside then negotiated with troopers for her safe release, wanting a 4-door vehicle in return for safe passage, and if a vehicle was not supplied, they would have shot her. And if a vehicle was supplied that was rented, they would have also shot her. I then radioed over that I could grab a rental vehicle from the North car dealership up near Richmond. I went up there with my patrol vehicle, grabbed I can't fully remember what the vehicle was, but I grabbed a vehicle, 4-door. Leaving my police cruiser there, I then transported the vehicle down to the jewelry store, placed it in front of the door, and at that point I started to run back to my vehicle, only realizing then it was local to me. After that, I commandeered a civilian vehicle under the Posse Comitatus Act, at which point I followed the pursuit very loosely, following road laws. And then it was stated over the radio that the vehicle kill switch turned on. They were on foot. And I assisted in a pursuit of a female suspect before she was apprehended. I then diverted to help officers chase down the second male suspect wearing a blue top, which was later identified as Richie Gonzalez. I was in a white civilian 2-door that I commandeered. Upon spotting him running towards a civilian vehicle, a 4-door SUV, fearing that the individuals inside the vehicle would be harmed, as this individual did just threaten to shoot a hostage and was holding a hostage at gunpoint on his shoulders. I then went to put my vehicle between him and their vehicle, which did end up in a collision of my vehicle, the local vehicle that I commandeered, and the civilian's vehicle that he was running towards.
And to the best of your recollection, do you recall which individuals was uttering the threats to shoot the hostage at the actual store?
Mr. Gonzalez would have been the one in the blue shirt negotiating with troopers.
How many other individuals were involved in the robbery?
3, 1 male, 2 females. Not including Mr. Gonzalez, so 4 total.
Was the kidnapped individual later on checked up on by troopers?
I was not on scene, but it was a local woman, so I'm assuming local medics took a check over her.
Were you the trooper that detained or, say, put Richie Gonzalez in cuffs on scene?
I can't remember if I did or another officer did.
Do you recall the primary officer of the jewelry store robbery?
I don't believe the primary officer was on scene. He was busy in a different foot pursuit that was active of the same suspects.
And do you know the names of the other individuals involved in the robbery? From the ones you were able to apprehend?
I can't say that I do.
If you require, trooper, we can assist you with the arrest report unless the court has any objection to that.
No.
Yes, he may review his arrest report.
Your Honor, may we approach with the arrest report?
He's got it right there on the computer.
Fantastic. All right, Mr. Wolf, do you see this arrest report that's marked as prosecution's Exhibit A on your screen?
Oh my God. I almost just went to answer him when he said Mr. Wolf. That was so funny.
The report author, quote, Trooper Alex Morgan, SHP, end quote. Did I read that correctly?
Yes, you did.
Does that refresh your recollection on the arresting officer was?
Yes, sir.
And who's that?
Trooper Alex Morgan.
Fantastic. The state has no further questions. Then.
Defense your witness.
Hello, Trooper Mark.
Hello, sir.
Can you tell me, were you at the robbery when negotiations were happening?
Yes, sir, I was. I
Okay,
took
did you see a
partial.
car?
Sorry,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. I took partial control of the negotiations with Mr. Gonzalez.
Okay, did you physically see a weapon in his hand? Apologies, I don't think I quite heard
Sorry, I was thinking. Not to my recollection.
Okay. Was there a weapon in Mr. Gonzalez's hands at any point during the robbery that you can see?
Whenever he exited the vehicle, it was reported by other officers that he did have a weapon in hand, and he shortly put it away.
Okay. Can you tell me, was Mr. Gonzalez wearing a mask?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just to clarify, how was he identified at the scene, or was this post?
He was identified after arrest.
Okay. Now, whilst he was giving threats, did you, or any officer here, did he, apologies, let me rephrase that. Did he have his weapon brandished whilst he was making threats to harm the hostage?
Not to my recollection, but other suspects were aiming weapons at the hostage.
Okay, now, at any point during the kill switch up until the point of arrest, was Mr. Gonzalez detained at any point?
After he was tackled and tased, yes, he was detained.
Just at that single point of arrest?
Yes.
And during the pursuit, were you aware of him holding any weapon until the point of arrest?
I was advised over radio by my fellow troopers that he did have a gun in hand.
And did he put it away during the foot pursuit?
I believe so, yes.
Do you believe Mr. Gonzalez posed any threat during the pursuit to the lives of others?
Objection,
Yes.
Your Honor.
What's the objection?
Could the defense please clarify if at what point does he believe during the pursuit? Because the trooper has stated that the trooper was not involved in the pursuit in the full, as he was involved in another pursuit beforehand. Therefore, that would be speculation.
So your objection is speculation?
Yes, if the defense could rephrase that question, please clarify at what point during the pursuit.
When you arrived on scene from the borrowed civilian vehicle, commandeered, should I say, did you feel like Mr. Gonzalez was a threat to others of the site?
Yes, sir. Mr.
lying.
Gonzalez was identified.
Cops are liars.
As I believe the driver, from what I've heard over the radio. And from what I heard over the radio, he was driving erratically, recklessly, through residential neighborhoods, potentially endangering the lives of people pulling out of their driveways, walking their dogs, grandma walking the street, etc. And the fact that I heard over the radio that he had a firearm in hand at one point in time, I did believe that he was a danger to the public if he were to get away, or if he were to come across another civilian and potentially take them hostage as well.
All right. And did you hear at any point during that, before you were on scene over the radio, that he had any collision with any civilians or vehicles?
Not to my recollection.
Okay. No further questions.
All right, witness, you are released. Just remember, if we need to recall you back, you're still under oath.
Your Honor, do you mind if we redirect?
You may, actually.
Sit back down.
Mr. Wolf, who brought the rental vehicle to the robbery?
Can you ask that one more time, please?
Who brought the rental vehicle that the individuals later fled into the robbery?
Myself.
And at what point from the other pursuit you were involved in did you help to assist other troopers with the apprehension of Richie Gonzalez?
After the kill switch was engaged. That's the question you're asking.
Yes. And at what point... sorry, let me rephrase. Strike that. Do you have any previous experience with Richie Gonzalez?
Yes.
Can you describe that experience to the court, please?
Objection inflammatory.
That's not inflammatory.
Explain your objection.
Okay, so it's causing prejudice based off of previous experiences.
Can you state your question again?
What previous experience? Oh, sorry, no. If the trooper, sorry, the direct question was asked it, how I actually asked it. Could you please describe your previous experience with Richie Gonzalez?
Yeah, that's not relevant for redirect, so it's please stick with a line of questioning in which the defense question about that is the point of redirect to clarify.
All right. And Mr. Wolf, you mentioned that Richie Gonzalez did pull out a weapon at the time of the pursuit, correct?
Yes, I heard over the radio that he did have a gun in hand.
Did you yourself see Richie Gonzalez with a firearm?
No, sir.
Was Richie Gonzalez handling the kidnapped victim at the store?
Yes, sir.
In what form was he handling?
Just got punched.
You could describe that.
He had the victim on his back in a piggyback style carrying.
All right. Fantastic. The state has no further questions to redirect.
Defense, do you have any further questions for the witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Trooper Wolf, you stated the hostage was being held in a piggyback position. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Would you believe that's a threatening position to be holding a hostage?
In my opinion, are you asking for my opinion?
Yeah, in your professional opinion.
And my professional opinion doesn't matter what position you're being held in. If you're being held as hostage, you're being held as a hostage. Your life is in danger from those holding you hostage. That is my professional opinion.
Okay.
I'll be honest, this doesn't really seem like much of a case. It seems pretty much like we have to vote one way.
Actually, no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Does the state have anything further?
No, sir. Oh, Your Honor.
All right, now, Mr. Wolf, you are dismissed as a witness. However, if we do need to recall you, remember you are under oath.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Does the state have any other witnesses?
Your Honor, we were informed by the witnesses that we did have that not all subpoenas were handed out accordingly to the individuals to let them know they were meant to be in court. Therefore, we're going to give it a try and see if Trooper Charles Prince is here as subpoenaed. All right, Your Honor. Following that, due to us having to lower the amount of subpoenas that we had to give out in our conversation within the docket, Charles Prince did not receive a formal subpoena from the court clerks, so it looks like he was unable to attend today.
Present.
What was that? Oh.
I'm present.
Oh, Mr. Prince, if you could please take the stand, thank you.
Price.
Price, all right.
Sir, if you could raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God under penalty of perjury?
I do.
Please have a seat.
Oh, sir. Could you please state your full name, your agency that you work for, as well as your rank within your agency, for the
Name is Charles Price, agency being San Andreas State Police, rank of sergeant.
Alrighty. Mr. Price, we would like to please, for your recollection, if your honors approves, blow up the arrest report 201 Exhibit A on the prosecution for reference. Alright. Mr. Price, do you see this arrest report on your screen?
I do not currently.
Are you aware where you can find Exhibit 8?
It's on the screen.
Fantastic. Mr. Price, do you recall a jewelry store robbery on May 17th, 2022 involving Reggie Gonzalez?
I recall that incident, yes. I do not recall Richie being involved.
Alright, Mr. Price, could you please, to the best of your recollection, explain to the court what occurred on the scene?
From my recollection, I came on duty whilst the robbery itself was still transpiring. Around the time that I come on duty was when they were trying to source the vehicle. I noticed that we were short on members due to the amount of people inside the store, so I 76'd my way over there, or en route, if they were aware. Upon arrival, I realised they did not have a vehicle and they were trying to source one. On my way, I went past PDM as they were requesting a Sultan and mentioned that I could get one as a test drive so that they could have the vehicle requested sourced directly. At that point, realised that the test drive, if I was acquired from that vehicle, would not make it to the store and therefore wouldn't be sourced, and therefore in order to meet the demands to get the hostage back, went and attempted to commandeer a vehicle from around the corner that could be used. As I mentioned that I was going to commandeer that vehicle over the radio, Wolf mentions that he was already at the Spanish Avenue dealership and was currently in the process of gathering a test drive vehicle for them. I waited until that test drive vehicle was brought to them, got ready for a pursuit, at which point I then assisted as secondary pursuing that vehicle all the way up to the northmost section of Milton Road. That's when the vehicle link cut out due to limitations of distance, and all occupants got out and proceeded to flee on foot. From my recollection, Mr. Gonzalez continued southbound on Milton Road, whereas I pursued the other individual, which would be Mr. Santos, down, which would have been westbound on, trying to recall the road, I believe it's North Sheldon Avenue. And then as we detained her due to taser prongs, I never had the chance to see or interact with Mr. Gonzalez during that pursuit, as I stayed with Mr. Santos as we waited for transport.
Mr. Price, do you recall a radio transmission over the radio in the heat of the moment of the pursuit that advised that there was an individual with a firearm?
I cannot recall such a call.
And you yourself were unable to be on scene of where Mr. Gonzalez was apprehended, correct?
Correct.
And you yourself were not part of the negotiations in place, correct?
Correct.
All right, Mr. Price, thank you for direct questioning. We have no further questions. Done.
Your witness defense.
Hello, Sergeant Price.
Hello.
Now, just to refresh my memory, you were the second in pursuit, is that correct?
Correct.
Were you close enough to see the vehicle come to a full stop and everyone else to decant?
Correct.
At the point of decamp, can you confirm if Richie Gonzalez got out of the left-hand side front door, which is the driver's door?
Due to how long ago the event transpired, I can't recall who was driving the vehicle at the time, just that at least 3 occupants got out and all fled on foot.
Okay, that's fine. Last question from myself then. Do you recall anyone male that left the vehicle with a weapon in hand? And if so, did they put it away shortly after?
I don't recall seeing anybody with a weapon in hand at the time.
Okay, no further questions, Mark.
State has no redirect.
Okay.
Okay. Trooper, you are dismissed. Just please know you are still under oath in case you need to be recalled. State with your next witness.
Your Honor, we have no further witnesses that we were able to subpoena. Therefore, we do have an exhibit we would like to introduce to the jury, an affidavit. If possible, we'd like to read it out to the jury.
You can hand it to the bailiff, and the bailiff can read it to the jury.
Understood. There you go. That's going to be Prosecution Exhibit B, Alex Morgan affidavit.
On the second page of the docket.
What just happened? Did
Oh,
you
yeah,
just crash?
Yeah.
Where's Jaeger? Where does Jaeger?
Jaeger went to bed.
What?
Jaeger went to bed.
Wait, the whole
Yeah, where does
server
he know?
just crashed?
Where does he know you from?
No. We go back a few years. I actually don't know how we met again. Tarkov. We met each other on Tarkov like 4 years ago.
Damn.
I remember how it happened. He was one tapped by a Mosin man in factory. You hate to see it. So I took his MP7.
Fucking Jaeger. Jaeger, I guess he invited you to come play 5M with us?
Yeah. We both
He
made
lets you
the...
know what we're doing?
That you guys were a Russian mob, that's all I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we made our characters already. We are Serbians.
Nice.
Alright.
So, yeah.
Just to make sure, in case anyone new isn't here, I am streaming. So
Oh yeah.
ahead of time.
No worries, mate. Yeah, oh wait, yeah, you're the guy I was watching before, wasn't you? Yeah, it was you.
Mhm.
Are you still in court?
Yeah.
Talking to Volk.
Oh, it was Volk.
Volk, yeah, Volk's the streamer.
Yeah, is Volk still in court?
Yeah, he is.
God damn. I would have rather gone to jail than being in court for 2 hours. So how is making money in this server?
I was making money.
Yeah, like how hard is it?
It's pretty realistic, I guess.
So grinding is a big thing.
Yeah, your like grind that you're gonna do to make some decent cash is like 4,000 an hour.
Yikes. God damn. Oh, so is there like any coke planes? I was told there weren't coke planes on this server.
There's what?
Coke planes. I was told there weren't any coke planes on the server.
No, there's no plans or anything yet. Crime is obviously pays big, but you gotta put in the work for that too.
Oh, I know. Like most servers where you can do coke planes, you have to buy a blueprint. That's like $500,000. And they can deconstruct the cocaine bricks into coke. So you guys are obviously gonna do the crime big time, right? You know, the Russian mob.
We basically have all the crime in the city come to us.
Oh. Like, what's the main income?
We own the strip club.
Crime-wise.
Oh, we kind of dabble in everything, basically.
Sorry, can you say that one more time?
I said we kind of dabble in everything.
Oh, okay.
Like, we got cousins that do the chop shop, cousins that, like, are focusing on drugs, cousins that are, like, doing legal work, and cousins that are doing, like, hunting and shit, probably, or something. Like, basically, anything you do, if you build your skills in it enough, it's gonna pay out good.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I was thinking about doing drugs. You know, just usual drugs.
Yeah, you just gotta
We were
pick a
asking
drug.
Jaeger to be a lawyer.
Hmm?
We were on Jaeger to be a lawyer.
Oh, you want Jaeger to be a lawyer? I don't think you want Jaeger to be a lawyer. He would be like, yeah. He would be like, yeah. I saw him do it. Yeah, Jaeger's not the brightest person, but he's a good lad.
I know that. Me and him running a server together.
Oh, yeah?
Morgan.
Yeah, he whitelisted also today, so it should take only a few weeks until he can play.
Few weeks, maybe
Yeah.
a week.
No, because he only wants to play once he gets his SSD, he said.
He proceeded to
Oh
ask
yeah,
what
that's gonna take him a bit.
he needed to do in order for him to get the hostage, and someone had said something about a car.
Did no one else crash?
You know, they went back and forth over a vehicle.
Oh, that's my
I spotted him
bartender.
standing there next to, I presume it was the hostage, the lady that was standing there.
Or my DJ slash bartender. I think that's one of my
At any point in
dancers.
time did I have a hold of her or have her on a piggyback or anything like that. After the negotiations were made, I hopped in right side passenger of the vehicle. We left Evangelico, went up towards Vinewood where the kill switch engaged on the vehicle. I then exited the vehicle running down towards, I'm not sure what street it was, I can't recall, but I ran down the street trying to flee. I did recall hearing a trooper say something behind me about a gun, which I in fact did not have in my hands at all when exiting the vehicle and or any chance during that foot pursuit. The last thing I can recall from that was being either tackled or hit by a local car, and then I was in handcuffs.
Okay. Mr. Gonzalez, do you recall holding the victim at any point?
I was behind her for pretty much the whole time, so no, I was not holding her.
Okay, and as we found out during the statement, there was another male in the building. Confirm if that's true?
Yes.
Okay, now did that individual touch the hostage at all?
Not that I remember.
Okay. Now, at any point during the robbery, did you have a weapon branded at all?
So I did have a firearm on me that was loosely placed in my waistband. So besides it being in my waistband, no, I did not have a weapon. I was not holding a weapon.
Okay. Now, you're saying you were the passenger in the escape vehicle, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And at any point, do you recall the vehicle crashing into any local vehicles or colliding with any civilians whilst in the escape phase?
No, sir.
Okay. And at any point were you detained prior to the final arrest? Were you in any police custody, or were you being held at any point?
Just when we came down at the corner, I want to say it was the corner of Hawick, and I was either tackled or hit by a car, that's when I was detained.
Okay, that was the only point you were in police custody?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, is it possible that while you were decanting or fleeing from the vehicle when the kill switch engaged, your pistol slipped out of your pocket and that you put it back into your pocket whilst continuing?
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation. The defense started off with, is it possible? Doesn't state facts, is simply speculating on what could have happened.
Rebuttal. Do you have a rebuttal,
It's
Mr.
just
Slick?
trying to get recall.
Just rephrase your question for me.
Do you recall if your weapon was dislodged from its place, as you say it was on it in the band? You may have put it back into position. Do you recall doing something like that whilst exiting the vehicle?
So as stated before my initial statement, I do remember hearing a trooper say something about a gun, at which point I did try tucking the gun that was loosely placed in my waistband further in my waistband so that they seen that I was not trying to harm anyone around me, including them. So I did at one point reach, but I was trying to put it more in my my waistband so that it wouldn't fall out.
Okay. Now, when you got tackled, do you remember seeing anyone else around you that saw you go to the ground in that area?
If I remember correctly, it was Trooper Moore, Trooper Wolf, and I do not recall anyone else.
And finally, at any point during this entire interaction, from the robbery down to the arrest, did you wave your weapon around in a threatening manner?
No, sir.
And during the negotiations, you confirm you were negotiating police, is that correct?
Yes.
And at any point were you being threatening towards them, or were you being compliant and keeping the situation cool and calm?
I was trying to be compliant and keep the situation to a minimal. As stated before, I didn't want to harm anyone there. I just wanted to get the fuck on.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much for your questioning. No further questions.
Hi, hello, Mr. Gonzalez.
Hello.
I recall earlier in your testimony mentioning that you had your hand on your. Sorry, let me rephrase. Did you have a holstered firearm on you at the time of occurrence?
Can you repeat that question one more time? I'm sorry.
Did you have a holstered firearm on you, or where was it secured?
So there was a firearm in my waistband that was loosely placed in my waistband. So yes. If you consider that holstered, then yes.
At any time, did you take out that firearm in any way, shape, or form?
I don't believe so. As stated before, when the first pursuit occurred, I did reach, but I was simply tucking the gun into my waistband securely.
So you did touch your firearm during the pursuit?
Yes.
And you were not the driver of the vehicle that was fleeing from the robbery, correct?
No, sir.
But you were at the jewelry store robbery managing the hostage, correct?
If you consider standing behind the hostage managing, then yes.
After you left the jewelry store with the vehicle, were there police vehicles chasing you?
Yes.
And
Did they have their all blue lights on and initiated?
Yes.
Were there sirens on the vehicles out, or were sirens on while they were pursuing you?
It's really cool though. RP.
I wouldn't be able to answer that. I had tunnel vision at the moment, and I was just, trying to focus on what was going on in my vehicle and not behind me. But I do recall seeing lights.
But it is true that you left the scene with that vehicle while there were police officers trying to get your vehicle to stop with all blue lights on behind you, correct?
Yeah.
And Mr. Gonzalez, this isn't your first arrest, correct?
Say that again?
Mr. Gonzalez, this isn't your first arrest, correct?
No.
You've been arrested before for kidnapping, right?
Objection inflammatory. Trying to cause prejudice
Over-
through prior case.
Yes, that's sustained.
Sorry,
I'll
I didn't hear that
also.
last part. What was that?
It
Go
was
ahead, Your Honor.
sustained. It was sustained, and I'm going to advise the jury to, strike that from their decision making in regards to the prior arrest, as that has no bearing on this case.
Alrighty. Mr. Gonzalez, if you don't mind, I'm gonna, because I don't recall your answer to the previous question. You've been arrested before, correct?
Yes.
Alrighty, Mr. Gonzalez, I have no further questions for you. Thank you.
The defense has no redirect, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you are free to leave the witness stand. However, do be advised that you are still under oath in case you are need to be called back up.
Someone's causing trouble.
All right, defense. Do you have another witness?
No, Your Honor. However, we would like to move to one of our first exhibit. Let me just double check which is the paperwork.
Yep.
We would like to present Exhibit E to the court, the witness statement of Trooper Thomas Moore, Your Honor.
All right, would you like this read by the bailiff or?
Yeah.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What's that noise? It's in game.
I would like to object on this exhibit because we didn't have any time to really review this prior to the case due to the quick submission just before the trial because Trooper Moore was in no way, shape, or form named as an involved officer on this case on the docket or in the arrest report, so we would like to object for the relevance of this witness statement.
Your Honor, Trooper Moore was the one pursuing officer as mentioned in previous statements, so I believe the statement of relevance is correct. He was involved but not noted on that due to a failure of vehicle contact performance.
SWAT.
I, Trooper Thomas Moore, was on duty May 15, 2022. I just clocked on to duty when Sergeant E. Rossi activated her panic button. I responded from Paleto, making my way to Rossi. They called her scene code 4. There was also a foot pursuit going on at the time. I responded on the radio. 432 Wolf called out that he confiscated a civilian car. At the intersection of Hawick and Laguna's Place, I caught eyes on the foot pursuit. There were 2 other troopers following. I got out of my car and pursued the subject, later ID'd as Richie Gonzalez. I tackled Richie to the ground. As I tackled, Trooper Wolf drove by hitting Richie, also hitting another vehicle. Richie was placed in cuffs and given first aid. After first aid, Richie was placed in my patrol car, where I asked if he wanted Mount Zona. He stated no, he does not need Mount Zona. I then transported Mr. Gonzalez to MRPD, where the arresting trooper took over.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Do you have anything further, defense?
No, Your Honor. As I said, no longer relevant.
Okay. Does either party or side need time for to write their closing statements?
Yes, the state would like to ask 5 to 10 minutes if possible.
Yeah, potential recess.
All right. I'll grant a 5-minute recess. We will be back at 6:20. So we'll do a little. We'll do 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Jury, you may stand and go into chambers. Please do not discuss the case.
All rise.
You're gonna need to escort me.
Well done getting back to our chairs, by the way. That was very impressive.
Yeah, it wasn't violent.
It was team match again.
Yeah, you just gotta climb.
Yeah.
Well, many more of that to go. This time it's gonna be a lot more smoother.
Like your shark slippers, by the way.
Thank you. So, any good baseball lately?
I'm more a Formula One guy.
Anybody watch that cricket game?
Come on, we all know none of you watch cricket.
I gotta bring up something, alright?
Wait, what
Had
does
to
this
pick
got to
sports.
do with
Just a
insects?
minute.
What does sports have to do with insects?
Maybe.
Guys, be quiet, the cops here. Because the bailiff has to watch over
Not a
wrestling
cop.
good little boys.
I have nothing to do with this case or what happens afterwards.
Hey, are you just DOC?
I'm sorry, one more time?
Wait.
So, are you just DOC?
I'm parole and probation, a division of Department of Corrections, correct?
I see that the courthouse put water extinguishers not CO2. At that's a liability. But electrical fires.
Anybody read a good book?
I mean, that one book about roads, but I usually use it to hold up my coffee table.
Shit, well, all right, somebody else has got to pitch ideas. I gave like 7.
I don't know, I just wish I could go for a 5-minute smoke break, but I can't.
What's happening?
Man needs his killer gas. Wait, I can respond to a text now, can't I?
I think this is the longest I've ever gone without smoking.
Otherwise, well, expertise.
Pretty sure the like no bleeder over in here. Stuff.
I don't think we can bleed about the camps.
Oh, I'm not in the slightest. This is actually about my business.
Thank you. Thank you for the raid. Thank you so much. Welcome everyone who's new. We are doing some jury duty. It's a bit tiring, but it's really cool. The RP's been pretty great, on point. That is not something I expected. I don't know why they keep putting us in here to not hear anything. I wish I had the music so Thanks, man.
Anybody eat any good pasta lately?
I am currently eating a slice of double-decker extra cheese vegan pizza, and it's just...
I love your character too, man.
Yeah, I thought vegan
Really
you don't
notable.
do milk.
Okay,
Am I right?
out of character question. Do you play
It's
another
weird
character
fucking
that's a
cheese.
doctor, or
I don't
is
even know
your
if this is
character a
cheese.
doctor?
But
Because I seen you at the
yeah,
hospital
basically,
the other
it's like,
day.
I can't believe it's not
And then I
butter
went
cheese.
back to look, and there was no one but doctors. I was gonna say hi. I thought you got hurt.
Yeah, because I'm not vegan. I just know that this is what they named it at the pizza place.
No, they just called it.
I didn't know you streamed though. I'll check you out sometime. Nice. It is always nice. Oh, okay. Okay, well then I won't. My character was like very convinced that Clint was a doctor, but I don't want to I thought I had seen you. Oh, thank you very much for the raid, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Have a good night.
Well, man.
Hello there. Oh, shit. Well, somebody already took a bite out of a banana. So.
The plastic one right here?
Yeah.
These are a long 10.
Yeah, we're a little bit past our 10 minute.
They really need a TV in here.
Right? Like, well, I guess we can't watch the news. Yeah, but we're not supposed to go in Bleeder. That's where all the fun stuff is.
Yeah, I don't know, you can just watch something and it leaves past the time.
You can look at Yellow Pages, I guess.
Alright.
Somebody's searching for rubber ducks. Somebody's opening a flea market. Taxis. Taxi. Tow and repair.
Now everyone's
Not
fucking
much
taxi.
Yeah, there's fucking 1, 2, 3. 3 taxis. Somebody's a scumbag for hire.
That sounds legit.
Yeah, that's always posted on Yellow Pages. Oh, different name
Sounds
this
like
time.
man will take your organs or something.
All right, Drew, if you could please fall out one by one and head back to your seats.
Alright.
Oh, sweet
I'll
lord.
take it 2 for 2.
After you.
All right. So, has both parties been able to come up with their closing statements?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Slate? State would like to provide their closing statement.
Yes. Members of the gallery.
I mean, it's
the jury.
It's a bit boring.
Thank you for
because
being
it's
here
just
today
court
for this occasion.
to me, but
Today
it's fucking
was a
awesome RP,
busy
dude.
day
Good
with
shit,
a variety of evidence being brought forward, from written
my
statements
dog likes
to sworn-in written statements, as well as testimonial evidence. It is a lot to take in. However, there are some things that you need to be aware of. We'd like to advise that the witness statement that was brought forward by the defense had no legal binding and was in no form a sworn-in statement, and we are unaware from where said statement came from. Exhibit B that you saw earlier from Alex Morgan was a sworn-in affidavit by a court clerk. It was signed and providing that the individual that wrote the statement was sworn in and was advised that they are not able to lie with penalty of perjury. This was not the case with the written statements that the defense submitted in their evidence. The defense had little to no evidence providing that Mr. Gonzalez did not rob the store and did not evade and did not kidnap someone. Matter of fact, Mr. Gonzalez himself said that he did manage a kidnapped individual, which falls under the charge of kidnapping, and that he did leave the scene with police vehicles actively trying to pursue them and get them to yield, escaping from the scene. Original officers wanted to arrest Mr. Gonzalez for the charge of evading. However, the state deemed it improper, as evading would mean that Mr. Gonzalez was operating the vehicle actively, which he wasn't. He was on the passenger side. Hence why we're stuck with the charge of escape with the restrictions that we have in our penal code. You heard testimony from Mr. Kurt Wolf, a trooper on scene, that Mr. Gonzalez was uttering deadly threats towards the kidnapped individual. Furthermore, heard testimony from 2 officers that were able to confirm that there were 2 individuals at large that were both apprehended. However, one of which was unable to confirm who the individual was, but Mr. Wolf was able to confirm that it was Richie Gonzalez that was evading, and it was Richie Gonzalez who did, at one point, according to other troopers, have a weapon out. And it was Richie Gonzalez who also testified that he did reach for his weapon. Whether or not he was actually trying to adjust it, that is for you to decide. But this is not the first time, as Richie Gonzalez testified, that he has been arrested. Hence why we ask you, the jury, based off the evidence that the state has provided to you, both testimonial, documentative, and sworn-in affidavits, to come back with a guilty verdict on all charges that the state is currently pushing. Thank you very much.
We think Dexter guilty? Not guilty? Which one? You gotta tell me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but Justin,
defense may give
it
their
is
closing.
awesome, man. I'm loving it.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the gallery and the jury, me, the defense, would like to thank you very much for all the time and inconvenience that this court case has brought upon you.
I won't even do this in real life.
You will have noted from the prosecution that they mentioned about the accusation of robbery, and Mr. Gonzalez will accept and hold his hands up to that, and has done by pleading guilty. However, when we come to the actual terms of kidnap and escape, what we need to think about is the situation at hand, and how he was not the only person involved in this, and how he did not wish harm upon any individual involved in the entirety of the situation, including pursuing officers, who would later use near lethal force on him to cause injury and then detain. Now, moving on to the escape charge, we need to address this in the court and to yourselves, but you understand the definition of escape. As mentioned by prosecution, evasion does come under only the driver or operator of a motor vehicle. A more appropriate charge is something like, I can't think off the top of my head, but escape is written in the penal code as a person that commits a crime of escape. He physically employs force, a threat of physical force, a deadly weapon or a dangerous instrument in an escape or attempting to escape from custody. Having been convicted, he escapes or escaped to attempt to escape from custody, those pursuant on that conviction. Now, we are aware through statements and testimonies from both sides of the floor that Mr. Gonzalez was not held in custody up until the point of arrest. And therefore, we should think that escape does not suit the situation because he was never arrested. between the final arrest and the beginning of the situation. Well, Mr. Gonzalez is, although a known criminal and has a bit of a past, as we said, he's still a kind-hearted individual that did not wish harm upon anyone included in the situation, and that must be remembered when you make your decision. Once again, the defense would like to thank you for your attendance, and we rest our case.
Okay. Uh-oh. Here we go. All right, with that in mind, the jury is allotted 3 questions to any of the witnesses that have been called today. Those questions are not to be, counsel will have no say in it. I will be the one ensuring that the questions are not leading, are not anything in that regard. So if the lead juror could please stand and state the first question that you guys were able to get, we can call the witness up if applicable.
Your Honor, we were told not to talk about the case, so we do not have any questions ready.
Okay, that's my mistake. If you guys actually want to go into chambers real quick for 5 minutes and discuss that, we can get that done.
This is the only part of the whole thing that's so wonky. It's hilarious, though. But we're getting pretty good at it.
I actually have a very important question that needs to be asked.
Okay, well, we'll start, and then we're missing one. Hold on, we're missing. There's Anchor.
I'm wondering if Super Wolf higher up signed off on the application.
Fucking jazz, I swear to God.
On the local vehicle constitution, that puts the, for me, it puts it out if it's a higher up sign off, and I wouldn't guy who doesn't follow his boss.
Well, we got to make sure if is it a clause or is it something you need permission for? Because if it's a clause, then you can.
It should be a question. If it's superior officer itself.
Yeah, I mean that would be.
Ooh.
Was it?
Protect the judge.
Right, well,
and again, this is Los Santos. Sometimes everyone's armed sitting.
Well, true.
So is it okay that we can probably speak normally here instead of whispering?
Yeah.
So
No, yeah,
everyone
you can
around the
definitely
table-
speak
Oh,
normally
okay,
here.
perfect. Sorry. But
Okay, there we go.
I guess my question was more like, was this firearm legal? Was he bearing a firearm license?
That's exactly my question too. Like, was this his gun? If it's not his gun, then that points towards he was doing hostage.
Exactly, like, cause I know a lot of people in Los Santos carries a gun for protection when we have a valid firearm license. But if we've anyone been arrested in the past, you can get your firearm license removed.
Yeah, the gun's not even registered
So
to him. Then
yeah, there we go. That's what
Well,
I
we
guess
can
that would be a
ask-
great question. Was the
Yeah.
gun registered to him?
Yeah, or if he has a firearms license.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then,
In
hold
fact,
on.
Where
Step.
is the evidence, like, of the gun itself? We want to see it.
The statement in regards to that, so they want us to basically ask these 2 specific witnesses. So which witness that was brought up are we going to ask?
The arresting officer, you know.
The arresting
one that actually-
officer, okay. Because
Yes,
I
'cause
don't
he
believe
cut-
the arresting officer is here.
Yeah, he's not here.
Yeah, the arresting
Oh,
officer
goody.
is not here. So that's going to be led on to speculation for us in regards to if we ask that question and then they're just going to say, oh, well, we don't have that information. So
Do we
then,
not? I'm sorry. Do they not have the arrest report? I mean, that would be valid evidence to know if the gun was registered to the person. They
This
should
is
put that
what
in his arrest
I-
report.
I think.
This is what I'm
Mhm.
checking right now. If there is any submitted evidence on that part, give me one moment.
I think
Because so far we've been filed under evidence. Have we got evidence A, B, and E? It was under we've done, but neither of those was shown of submitted evidence of any items seized from Gonzalez. The
So they
exhibits C
didn't
and D are
submit
only
into
witness.
evidence the weapon that they confiscated, because I
Yeah,
assume they
we definitely need
confiscated
to
it.
bring that up. Then, no matter
Yeah.
what they do in terms of the legally, like
Mhm.
what they're gonna do in the courtroom, you know, the little battle, we need to bring this up. So
Yeah, I
that-
think that's important to know. Was he bearing a firearm license, and was the gun his? Was he registered to his name?
Yeah,
I think that's important information.
I think at the moment, at least for me, that's the main question. Everything else is really going to be a discussion between us once we get to that point, because that
Yeah, I
was
agree.
Yeah.
that was interesting to say the least.
Yeah, yeah.
I was going to say something as well. It's gone over my head. It was more of we've had to say about something about the hostage or quotations hostage situation, because we've had multiple. Well, we've had it in a different.
Well, here's the thing: that one of the officers flat out said. So when you read the information that we were provided, and the statement regarding a suspect being shot and then being, treated to by everybody but quote unquote but Richie. How would they have known that that was Richie until they stated way later? So there's a lot to discuss, but I think in regards to these questions, I think the gun thing is the big question.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, Moore stated at the very start that
Yeah.
Richie was identified after being detained and kind of cuffed. After.
Right, because they can't know
exactly.
who
We
he
don't
is
know
until-
if he was actually the one keeping the hostage.
Well, he said
beforehand.
that the
Do we-
suspect was masked.
And also, do we know?
said he was the guy
Oh,
doing the.
Let's ask if the because he said there was 2 males, 2 females, right?
There you go. As soon as I
So-
approached the store, I was called and greeted by the name Man in Blue, later identified as Richie Gonzalez.
Yeah, they only arrested one female and one male from the arrest.
But here's the real question: when was it he identified as Richie Gonzalez?
After being hit by struck by a vehicle and put to the ground and arrested.
Yeah, so
handcuffs.
it was 3 people on top of Richie. It was 1 male and then 2
Oh,
other
okay.
females.
we can talk about it later. But
Yeah, we can talk about it later. But question is, I think we should just. We don't need to
Were
use
the
all
2
3.
males wearing different clothing.
Oh, I guess that's
Obviously,
a good question.
do you want? I was gonna say as well. Do we need to pick up the statement of one of them about the hostage thing? Because remember, one of them stated that
wearing a blue
he was
cutoff.
piggyback. Well, the hostage was being piggybacked, but whereas Richie, said the entire time was.
You did deny that.
Do we need to bring someone else up from it?
What do you mean?
But no one else mentioned that.
Yeah.
So I guess then ask that to Richie in regards. Okay, so I
Richie
guess.
stated he was behind the hostage.
Yeah. So I guess we just need clarification. See what Richie states in regards to, because that's such a minimal thing that if they're both telling different statements, and that's just odd, you know.
Because also as well, that can
There's
make
a
a break if it's
discrepancy
technically a
there.
kidnapping, hostage, or not.
Well, so a kidnapping
Wait.
is just taking someone from one spot, putting them in. Well, taking them from one spot, putting them in another.
Kidnapping is also taking someone and holding against their will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if he was part of the crime, doesn't that make him
Right, if
accountable to that?
because he pled guilty to the robbery.
Yeah, he did plead guilty to that.
hostage.
So he's already guilty to that. We're trying to
would
figure
make
out if he was
guilty
actually
of
taken.
kidnapped too, wouldn't it?
We're talking about the F-206 and the F-203.
The thing is, it's a question of his intent. If his 2 other crew members were like, "Oh, we're gonna take this man hostage," but he said no, he didn't want to partake in that, then that has to be.
That'll get met with an objection of speculation, like instantly. By the way.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm well aware. I'm just saying.
All right, do you guys have your questions?
I think guy
Yeah.
2.
Did we?
Yeah, can we?
clothing?
Can we just make sure that we have all of them? What
Yeah.
did you
So
noted?
right now I have was the firearm license.
Get them
Does
out of
he
here
have
in
a
like 2
fire-
minutes if you can.
Does he have a firearms license? And then are we doing the clothing?
Yep.
All right, let me write that
Are we
down.
doing the was the gun registered to him as well?
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay.
The gun registered to him and license are 10.
Yeah, I guess that would count as 2 questions.
And then were they wearing the
And
same?
were they wearing the same clothes? Were the males wearing all the same clothes?
Or I guess you could phrase that in a way of at any point. Well, hold on. Well, we can talk about that. But yeah, were they wearing the same clothes?
Yeah. All right.
So it's just Richie we're bringing up for a witness.
Yep. Or at any point was there time for them to swap clothes?
Would voice recognition be a question at all? Like,
So technically, under the
Uh,
penal code, I believe you can't
get PID
state that
from-
somebody. Yeah, you can't PID anybody if they have.
It's easy to
my
fake. It's easy to
voice.
fake a voice as well.
Did any of them have dash cam running?
No, it would be in an exit.
I think it's I think they told about none of them had their body camera.
Yep. But
Okay.
again, that's definitely a big. That'll be a conversation point for when
Alright.
we come back.
Yeah,
again.
for us later.
Alright.
Yeah. So is that we only got 2 so far, right?
That's fine.
Yeah, that's
Two
fine.
work.
Well, 2 and a half.
We all
Maybe
don't need all
maybe,
three.
I think maybe the gun thing will count as 2 questions. I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah. We'll see what the judge will say.
All right.
If y'all ready, please proceed through.
Yep.
Alright, lead juror. What are your first questions? Which witness?
Okay, so we have a question.
Make
May
sure
wanna
you're
speak
yelling,
on-
please.
Oh, yep, there we go. We had a question for Officer or Trooper Wolf.
Alright, Trooper Wolf to the stand. Okay. Trooper Wolf, just reminding you, you are under oath. With that in mind, what is the question from the jury, and I will determine if it is meets the court standard.
The question from the jury was the firearm licensed to Mr. Gonzalez that was found on this person?
I'm for sure. I'm unable to answer that question.
All right, what is the second question from the jury? Which witness?
It's still Mr. Wolf.
Okay.
It is. Does Mr. Gonzalez have a firearms license?
I believe so. He does. Yes.
Okay.
I would have to check.
If it wasn't submitted into evidence, you're not able to check right now. With that in mind, is your third question also for Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, was there a noticeable difference from Mr. Gonzalez and the other male suspects' clothing inside?
Yes, Mr. Gonzalez was wearing a bright blue shirt.
Okay. That concludes all the questions the jury is allotted to answer. With that in mind, the jury is going to have 10 minutes to deliberate on the charges. Actually, we'll make it 5 minutes just because, yeah, you're free to go. We'll make it 5 minutes because I know that there's already been discussion about it with these questions. And hopefully this answers any plot holes that may have been in question for you guys. So with that in mind, you guys are free to get back up and deliberate. We will be back here at 6:50 for the verdict. Court will be in recess for 5 minutes as well.
Okay, so we have like a whole 5 minutes for this.
Alright.
I was gonna say, do you want? Should
Well,
we go one
this
person
didn't
at a time?
answer
Yeah,
any
no,
of our
no, no.
questions.
Yes, it did. Actually, it answered a few.
Okay. Go ahead.
Do we just want to go person by person,
Uh,
and you have like 30 seconds to make your piece, and then say if you think guilty, not guilty, and then we can go from there?
We'll just
Yeah,
do
yeah.
from the left of me. So
Okay.
That's not
just
that's
go
perfect.
around.
Alright, perfect.
Alright, start doing with me. Alright, I don't think he's guilty of escape. There is just not enough there to confirm whether he was the driver, in my opinion. And then, as for hostage taking, without anything on the gun, without a reasonable doubt, I can't say he was actually doing hostage work, you know? So, also not guilty for me.
Okay. Man in the blue shirt.
So as he had said there, I don't believe he's guilty of escape because he wasn't already in custody.
Here we go.
So as a result, he can't be guilty of
Free the man.
crime because it charges his name on side
Free
of
my
this, and I
homie.
think he mischarged him on that. But that's not for us to decide. As for kidnapping, I think he probably did do it, but I don't think they had enough evidence to prove whether or not that witness was actually kidnapped or not. I can't remember exactly if anyone that was there stated that that was a... does anyone remember if he actually stated that was in fact a kidnapped victim?
Hold on. Let me check evidence.
So they stated that he was a hostage, but then at the same time we have one officer stating that he was...
It was a hostage, or did the police assume?
The police assumed that he was a hostage, but apparently there was somebody in the room making violent threats towards said, but we don't know who that was because voice does not count. So they didn't actually know that it was him until later, even in the room.
Yeah.
Right.
So as a result, since the potential victim was a local, we can't really use him as a witness. So I'm going with not guilty on that.
Well, didn't Wolf say
3 minutes remaining.
Gonzalez was the? Wait, he said he heard.
No. He said no. He stated that he was later identified as Richie Gonzalez. There was no confirmation that it was Richie Gonzalez in there pointing a weapon at him until the end of the whole scene. In regards is what they're saying. So
Right,
at
he didn't
no
point
point
the
in the
weapon at
hostage
all.
situation, we don't know. We have no evidence in regards to
Also,
it. So.
by the way, you were trying to explain also a hostage situation, which is no longer under the means of kidnapping, by the way.
Yep. Yeah, it
So-
completely switches to something different. So, your turn. Go.
I think he's not guilty on the charge of escaping for the reason that he was not placed under arrest yet. And I do believe that he is guilty on the charge of kidnapping from the evidence we had.
I think he is not guilty on both charges due to a whole lot of lack of evidence and just incorrect charges in general.
I would
2 minutes
I would
remaining.
say he's not guilty on the escape, but he's guilty on the kidnapping.
I am not guilty on either charge.
The F26 kidnapping, I would say not guilty with not enough foundation evidence to prove, as well as with F203 and escape. Hard decision to say is where is on foot or not.
1 minute remaining.
I'm gonna say not guilty on both charges.
I'm gonna say not guilty on kidnapping, not enough evidence, and then not guilty on escape because he wasn't driving and didn't employ harm.
Okay.
Not guilty on either.
Speak up a little, bud.
Not guilty on either charge.
Okay. Next one.
Not guilty on both charges.
All right. So
All
just
right, and then I'm not guilty on the evading. Well, not the evading, but the escape. But it's kidnapping, right? Not hostage taking.
correct.
Okay, then not guilty.
Okay. So then,
Okay,
just from that, because we were given a whole 5 minutes in order to do this, we really have no actual time to try to persuade somebody to think that he was switched over to guilty. So they're kind of trying to speed this up a little, it seems like. So just from the way that it was,
Request
he
more
is
time if we need it.
Yeah, how about, can we do this for now? So for kidnapping,
Yeah.
put your hands up for guilty kidnapping.
Right. Is there a charge for hostage taking?
That's not our part. That's not for us to discuss on that part. We can't add anything to that charge.
Yeah,
No,
if
but
the prosecutor messed up, that's his fault. That's for us to decide.
that's the thing, right? At no point was any of this in regards to him kidnapping somebody. This is all in regards to the fact that they believe that he was, that they were kidnapping somebody while they were quote unquote holding them hostage, which are
At the end
two
of the day,
completely different definitions. So
speculation.
yeah,
Time is up.
speculation.
Yeah.
All right, so we know that's just kind of how this rolls.
We're just gonna have to go for a majority vote.
Yep,
Okay,
it's pretty much majority vote.
Okay, Guy Red, you have to make sure on this part. So far we've only got 2 agreed votes.
All right, didn't
on...
know that's how a jury worked, but that's fine.
Well, this is what
not how it's supposed
us.
to work, but they're literally forcing us to
we
speak
have
this
a
out.
time limit here, unfortunately.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, so far we've got 2 votes on what was it, guilty for kidnapping?
Yeah.
So
I don't
obviously
believe
vote
the
on-
local when they're on their own consent, but that's fine.
So that's on the vote for not guilty. Hands up for saying guilty on escape.
Wait, guilty on escape? Oh no, sorry, yeah. Yeah, no, I got confused. Yep.
Okay, so that's not guilty either. Okay.
All right, it's not guilty to either. All right, let's do this.
Let's walk up.
All right, please proceed back to courtroom.
Thank you, bailiff.
No. Oh my god.
Definitely.
All rise.
You all may be seated. Okay. Before we get into the jury's verdict, I did want to, again, reference that I am appreciative of everyone that was in attendance today, the witnesses, the counselors, as well as the jury. This has been our first court case in the state of San Andreas, and I would like to say it has gone very, very smoothly, and I appreciate the members of the gallery not causing me any extra wrinkles on my face. So with that in mind, if the defendant could please rise, as well as the head juror, and please tell us what the jury has come to a verdict.
Your Honor, the jury, with a little bit of a rush decision, have came with the charge of kidnapping.
Let's hold on then. Do you guys need more time?
I do believe so.
Okay, then let's not rush anything. How much longer do you guys need?
5-10 minutes, guys. What do you guys think?
10 minutes tops.
10
5 minutes,
minutes.
most likely.
Okay.
It's
We
just-
will allow you guys to go back to chambers then.
Sorry, it just took 5 minutes for all of us to actually go around the table.
Being rushed.
Okay.
We had to hurry.
All right, we'll go back into recess. Sorry, folks.
All rise.
Okay, so all we're going to discuss in this right now is the 2 people who believe that he is not guilty.
All right.
Sorry, that you believe
No,
that he is guilty in
guilty.
kidnapping. Why do you think he's guilty in kidnapping?
So I do not believe that the local went in there on their own consent, stayed in that situation on their own consent. I do believe that they were held against their will in this situation, and I do believe he is guilty of kidnapping.
But if
that
the
person.
individual, for example, if the locals already were in,
Speak a bit louder, bud.
Oh, he's having
Nope.
issues.
Yeah, he's having issues.
Okay.
So the actual law itself basically states that it is the movement by every person who forcibly or by any other means of instilling fear, fraud, steals or takes or holds, detains or arrests any person in the state and carries the person into another country, state or county or in another part of the same county is guilty of kidnapping. They did not kidnap this person from any of the evidence that they provided. They just said that they showed up and this person was on somebody's back and they were making violent threats, or somebody in there was threatening this person.
By
It's a totally
definition,
different
it's,
charge.
The key word is movement.
Yeah, there was none of that.
Which is why there was no movement. She was definitely probably being held against her will, but that's an issue with the wording of the law, not an issue we need to bring up.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna look at the.
We do not.
Even under first, so they charged him with second-degree kidnapping. Okay, with first-degree kidnapping.
Hold on, guys.
Okay.
So later, a second female. Hold on.
Yeah, so you're reading the part that I got confused about as
As
to
I
why
approached the
nobody
store,
spoke about that.
I heard the alarm. I noticed a female being held by her shoulders by a masked male wearing blue top who was at the same clothing store earlier today.
So she was held.
Hold on. So now,
it's still the wrong
here's the
crime.
thing, though. Here's the thing. It is the wrong charge. They should have charged him with first degree because under first degree, it states that the victim is held for ransom. And in this case, he was held. This person was being held for ransom, i.e., they wanted a car. They charged him with second degree kidnapping. So they did not, in fact, break the law in regards to this situation. They did it wrong. And that's the thing.
broke the law, but
Can
just
you
not
tell
the
me? Can you
right
tell me where
charges.
you can see the law for the second degree?
Check your email.
And us as a jury isn't to bring up any new things upon him. That is for court and the LSPD to decide upon.
I'm trying to get it to you. Hold on.
Because if I am to change my mind, I'd like to see this law.
Perfectly fine.
It's not really that it's our fault. It's the fact that the prosecutor did not charge them.
Did you
with
get it?
the-
So
Yep.
it is.
Okay.
I can barely hear you, friend.
Yeah,
You're very close.
you're whispering,
So
bud.
is ransom just money or is that negotiation?
No, that's being held for anything. So if they would have slapped a first degree kidnapping charge on him, we would all be saying yes because this person was being used for something. They did not.
They just used
It's
the
a prosecution
incorrect
issue.
But
and
even the first degree kidnapping is talking about bringing someone to another country.
But
At the
we
end
don't
of the
know
day,
if they moved them.
want to
Another
change another court date for him to change upon a first degree kidnapping, they can do so. But for this time, we're focused on the second degree.
Yeah, so we have to be focused on the second degree, right? All we know from this is that they showed up to a scene where this person was being held, or on their arms, on their whatever, right? There was no statement in regards to they had a call about a kidnapping, anything. So for us to look at this and what we were asked to do, the charge itself is not the charge that he should be getting. So,
Wait, so
that makes
did
him
you
not
say-
guilty of said charge.
Did you say we don't know about moving from a different country or something?
Okay.
Yeah, I did read the first charge as well of kidnapping, and I have to admit, I do admit that he should have been charged with first degree kidnapping and not second, as he might have moved him in the same county, but not in another county.
Either or, like I said, that's that. And
I will change to not guilty on
When,
kidnapping.
when the hostage was taken, if they were already in the store,
Second degree kidnapping.
and
Yeah.
not even kidnapped, not even.
Poor man's brain keeps going burr. Who was the other one who said guilty to kidnapping?
One in right
I
shirt.
Kind of do.
You're gonna have to talk a little louder, everybody.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Where-
I
where's this
realized
subject?
after further discussion that he's not guilty of the kidnapping.
Okay.
So we're all in agreement.
So we are all in agreement. By the way, if
Yeah.
anybody needs the laws, if you look under the Discordio app and you go to, I believe it's DOJ.
Department of
Okay, so
Justice.
second degree.
Alright.
Yeah.
DOJ resources. It is the second thing that is sent. You can see all of the actual things that they are charging them with, and then from the way that the law is written, you can sit here and say that you agree with it or you don't agree with it. As we've all just come to agreement, they did it wrong, so it's not our fault. He's not guilty on both.
We're at a consensus right now of F206 second degree kidnapping. We're all agreement of not guilty.
Yep,
Not
and
guilty.
everybody agreed that he's not guilty for escape previously, so.
Alright,
That's
so
fine.
not guilty on both charges.
And F203 on escape, we're all agreement again as well as not guilty.
Correct.
Yeah, I believe that there's not enough evidence that he was driving.
Yeah.
Okay. Woo! I think we're head juror, man in the red.
Alright.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Thumbs up?
Not guilty on both charges.
All right,
Alright.
hang on 1 second. Let me inform the judge that you guys are ready.
Alright.
Okay.
Whoa, not guilty.
Well, this was actually pretty exciting. I'm glad
Right.
I got to take part in it.
So here's the thing, right? Is that at least from this, we can all hope, and we can all sit here and hope that more thought will be put into what they do. You know? Go.
Oh yeah, it will
Alright.
give them good resources.
You may proceed to your seats.
Yo, he just went yeet.
All rise.
Oh my god.
All right, you may be seated. Okay, head juror, have you guys now come to a conclusion unrushed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. With that in mind, if the jury, if the defendant can rise for the verdict.
Who's Pinky? Oh yeah.
Okay, go ahead
Yeah,
with the verdict.
That was hilarious.
With the charge of
Welcome,
second
by the
degree
way.
kidnapping, the jury found Mr. Gonzalez not guilty. With the charge of escape, the jury found Mr. Gonzalez not guilty.
Okay. The jury has spoken. I appreciate it, jury. You guys are now dismissed, and you guys may become members of the gallery.
I almost just yeeted into the crowd.
Back here, Ben.
Excuse
I'll
me.
move.
I'll move a little bit. I'll move.
Sorry, I got big calves.
Okay.
You just took
I
that
get
guy's
it.
spot.
Now we are going to move to sentencing. With that in mind, it was the defendant on bail, Mr. Slate.
Sorry, I have big calves.
Did he serve time for the 2 charges?
Yes, Your Honor, you said time for 3 charges.
Okay. Was he fined as well?
Were you fined? Yes, he was fined.
Okay. So the two charges for that have been the jury has found him not being guilty of. We are going to go ahead and reimburse that fine. As for the time, unfortunately, you know, if you are not able to afford bail, then you know that is unfortunately a part of the United States justice system. So we are not able to compensate for that time unless you bring this to a civil court, and then a monetary value may be determined if that is so what you wish. Given that there's already been time served for the robbery charge, I will not be sentencing you to any additional prison time. However, I am going to go ahead and issue 5 years of parole, probation, in regards to this this type of do the robbery. So what you'll need to do is you need to get a hold of a probation officer with the Department of Corrections, and they will give you instructions and your conditions. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. With that in mind, court is dismissed, and you guys are free to go.
Thank you.
All rise.
Let's go.
Damn, bro.
Oh my god.
There's gonna be a crush.
He said dismissed.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there's gonna be a collapse. The city will collapse.
Tight squeeze.
I was the only one not carrying a gun.
I guess he made it.
Not to mention what kind of idiot wears a blue suit.
Свидания.
I have the bike here.
Oh shit, I need a fucking
Oh
cigarette.
my god, look at all the cars. Jesus Christ.
I have my bike here if we want to take it.
My bike is just around the corner. I need smoke. I can't hear you, old man. Come closer.
Can we go? I go to the club. We meet there, huh?
I'll be there soon.
Okay. What about you? You need a ride?
No, I got the ride. I'm actually gonna head to bed soon.
Okay. Well, I'll head to the club then. I'll see you there, also.
I'll be there shortly.
See you later. What kind of...
America is so strange.
I like your hair.
Just what kind of idiot brings a blue suit when he was identified wearing blue at the fucking scene of the crime?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I
I like his suit though. Holy shit, look at that parking lot.
I know, that's why I'm not going anywhere near there just yet.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
What's up?
Suka.
The Grand Prix shit?
God, these fucking animals.
Yeah, that's my group one.
Dude, that guy got so lucky that there just wasn't enough evidence.
Yeah, I really thought he was fucked in the beginning. I was gonna be like, I'm the only one that's gonna vote not guilty.
By the way, Volk.
Am I unmuted now?
Yeah.
I thought he was fucked in the beginning. I was like, am I gonna be the only one that wants to vote not guilty? This is gonna suck. I'm gonna have to like go with the cops on this one. And then everyone was like, yeah, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. I was like, wait, what? Awesome, yes!
Because
I love the law!
Under the technical terms, it just wasn't the correct charges. Like, it was
I didn't
like
even
that
have
kind
to
of-
do like a big speech to convince everybody. It's so great. We should
I mean,
unite
I was
against
gonna-
the common enemy.
I was just gonna vote normally though. Like, I wasn't gonna act like a criminal in that case. I was gonna vote whatever, even if it was guilty. Because I actually wanted to really take that one seriously. So in the
Well, I mean,
future,
that
I
is
know
still
why.
taking it seriously. It's just taking it seriously in your character. I only have to do this to keep up appearances for the community because
the guy was obviously guilty. It's just like it's the problem that crime.
Oh, everyone knew like he's guilty, but
It's just like the prosecutors fucked up by charging him second-degree kidnapping, which is talking about kidnapping somebody and then moving them to a location, which never happened, or at least as far as we know. Plus, there was no like evidence he was holding a hostage because he didn't have a gun. Like as far as
and they
we know.
never identified him until way after the fact.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't identify him until way after. It could have been anybody. Or, well, I think we both know it was him, but...
Yeah, in the blue.
Yeah, I fucking love that. I literally wrote down in my phone notes, where's Blue the trial after being identified wearing blue during robbery?
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Like, it's like, you might as well just paint a neon sign like, yep, I did it.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Let me mark the club.
Alright, I'm gonna put my car away near the club and then probably go take a shower and stuff and get ready for work now. Dude, that was cool though. I love that. That was fun. Like, most people think, like, jury duty's boring and shit. I love jury duty. I want to do it in real life.
Boring just because it was jury duty, but
whatever, man. You don't know a good time.
I thought it was cool RP. Like, I love that part of it, but
oh man, that shit interests me. The criminal system.
you should go be a lawyer then.
No, hell no.
Objection, hearsay.
I'm way too opinionated to be a lawyer.
Yeah, would the court please stand? And then you're like, now wave your hands in the air. Or some shit. I can see you doing some stupid shit like that.
What? No, I'm gonna do that.
Would the court
Come on,
please
man.
stand?
I'm professional in this game because I can be, but in real life I'm always professional.
Wave your hand. Well, that is in this game. Wave your hands in the air.
Like you just don't care. Yeah, while you guys were doing that, I've been driving around mining.
Was that your pickaxe?
What?
Oh, there was a pickaxe in the parking lot.
Is there then? Oh, well, weird. Take it, I guess.
I left it. I don't want it. It's probably damaged or something. Who's running by the club?
What do you think?
I thought you just
Literally
said you had a car.
Yeah, I parked it at the parking garage. I'm not gonna park it at the club for it to get stolen while I'm offline.
No, I'm saying you didn't park it at the parking garage next to the courthouse?
No, I parked it back there.
Well, I would have literally given you a ride.
I literally want to log in here, not over by the courthouse.
No, well, then why didn't you just log out? Were you at the courthouse?
I didn't want to log out of the courthouse. I just said that I want to log out here.
Never mind.
What? How is this confusing? I literally didn't want to log out at the courthouse.
I said never
wanted to log
mind.
out
I
of
didn't
the-
say anything. I literally said never mind. Whose bike is running out?
Me, on? I don't know.
It's a rusty bike like that guy.
Oh no, that's not mine.
Is someone in the club?
Yes.
I mean, is there someone in the club with you?
No, I'm sitting in your office.
There's a rusty bike out here running right now. And it's not locked either. What is this?
That one guy drives a rusty bike.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Why is it parked outside my club running?
There was nobody in there when I went in there.
I have some stuff for you, Mr. Ball. Please come to your office.
Alright, I'm gonna head out. I'll see you later.
Have a good one, man. It's very concerning to me. Someone left their bike parked, running, and unlocked right out there. Like, why would anyone do that? Привет. How are you?
Привет, привет. I'm doing good. I have some stuff for you.
What is it?
Let's see here. I have more stuff.
Shit.
Hold on. Duh. I did get some rubies and whatnot, and I already sold that to the jewelers. Got some money out of it, but that stuff, I think we can use stuff. Like use it.
Can use to craft shit.
Da. So we probably should put it by the house or something. So what do you think? What do you want to do, eh?
Not really sure. I'm actually pretty tired after all that, but you got anything in mind?
Making some money, talking to people, shoving some guns in their faces.
Well, unfortunately, I can't really shove many guns in people's faces these days, or I lose business, but I could be lookout if you want to do some ATMs or some shit like that. Not really sure. It's hard for me these days. Got to keep hands clean.
Did you pick it up?
Нет, what is it?
Okay, it was just a magazine with 12 bullets.
Hopefully, the bank will get everything done shortly.
Duh. I should probably go get to the bank. I have some money I got to put away, you know?
And, alright, well, I'll be here. Might get myself some food.
Actually, I need to go buy some food.
You mind grabbing me a couple sandwich?
Of course. I'll be right
very
back.
good. I'll be here. Alright, guys. I think I'm gonna end it there, because I'm probably just gonna do some boring work and then jump off for the night. Or at least, I might do another stream now that I'm looking at the clock. But I need to, like, rest for a minute, so I'm probably gonna end the stream here. And if I end up doing anything exciting, I will stream. Have a good night, everybody.